hate to say it, guys, but the Nintendo Switch 2, it gets even worse. Apparently, the Nintendo Switch costs $450, and if you want to get that new Mario game, it's going to cost $500. Um, but what's kind of baffling about this is if you want to switch your Nintendo Switch to the Nintendo Switch 1 to the Nintendo Switch 2, the value for your Nintendo Switch is somewhere between $100. It could be less or more. But dude, the value of the Nintendo Switch 1 is not that valuable. And even if you wanted to switch to the Nintendo Switch 1, trade in and get the Nintendo Switch 2, it's not going to be enough money to get the Nintendo Switch 2 because it's so expensive. And thing is, Nintendo was all about the cheap aspects for kids. And since it's so expensive now, that parents are not going to want to buy the Nintendo Switch 2. The whole appeal is that it was cheap for kids. Now it's just like an expensive toy that's not for kids anymore. And parents are not going to want to give kids something expensive that they could break and cost that much money. And to make things worse, apparently the Nintendo was the first to make games more expensive. Nintendo Switch 2 games can cost to $80, even $90. And I know that Grand Theft Auto 6 was wanting to price its game at $100, but dude, we were not expecting Nintendo to be the first to raise prices on prices in general. I mean, they're just trying to nickel and dime every player. And apparently there's this new camera thing that you have to pay for if you want to, show your videos live, and that's expensive. And heck, there's even this button on the Nintendo Switch to just be able to activate it. You have to pay for a subscription. Yes, a button feature on the Nintendo Switch you gotta pay for. And it just keeps on getting worse and worse. This is not the same Nintendo that's consumer friendly. They are just trying to be as greedy as they can be. I never knew that this generation, that Nintendo would become the bad guys. I've always seen the company PlayStation as the bad guys. But now the Nintendo is on top being the bad guys. I'm not sure who the hell is making these decisions, but they are making some asinine decisions at Nintendo. I mean, I'm just sick of it. I mean, children, they should be able to enjoy this new console. But because Nintendo's being so greedy, hate to say it, but parents are not going to want to buy this console. Because it feels like instead of being a cheap toy for kids to play with, it's going to be an expensive toy. And there's no way that parents are going to want to pay for that. Heck, with everything being so expensive, I know that you guys aren't going to want to buy this console. I mean, I've seen multiple videos and they're just saying to not buy this console because it's an inferior version. And depending on the game that you upgrade have to pay for the upgrade just to have compatibility of the games. Depending on the games, the upgrade might not even be worth it. Like I said, it kind of goes from a game to game basis. It could be really good graphics wise, or it could be just a slight upgrade. Nintendo, what are you doing this generation? You had all this goodwill built up with the Nintendo Switch, and you literally just shot yourself in the foot. Not just one time, but 2, 3, 4, 5, even 10 times, maybe even 100 or 1,000. In just a matter of hours at your Nintendo presentation, you hided all this information so the public couldn't find out. And when they found out, you got the biggest backlash in gaming history. I mean, even you should know better. They've been hiding information. They even hided the price of what these console Nintendo games cost. And it costs $60 to $70. They hid this from the public. And eventually, when they scroll down all the way down to the page, there it is. It shows the price. I never knew that Nintendo would be the bad guys. But the unfortunate truth is that this isn't the same Nintendo anymore. I don't know who is at the helms of Nintendo, but they are just out of their damn minds. I mean, even I can see that this is not good when it comes to business standpoint. And I hate to say it, but I've heard this from multiple videos. I think the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be a failure, just like the Wii U. The Wii was successful, then the Wii U was a tragedy. And now the Nintendo Switch 1 was a success, and now it's going to go as one of the worst products in gaming history. I mean, I can just see it coming. Basically, the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be like the Wii U. And as much as Nintendo's getting all this backlash, they're going to ultimately pay the price. And gamers are going to suffer because of it. You know, when a company shoots themselves in the foot, it's basically like they're shooting them fans in the foot, because when a company goes down, we go down too. Everything has a domino effect. And Nintendo has lost their damn minds. Just don't buy the Nintendo Switch 2. It is not worth it. If they're being this greedy now, I don't even know what the future of gaming is going to be. I hope that this doesn't become a trend at the PlayStation 5 or the PlayStation 6 or the Xbox Prime, because us in life are struggling so much financially. And because games are getting more expensive now, it's going to be very, very hard for us gamers to even buy games now, especially with Trump tariffs. And I hate to say it, but things are just getting more and more expensive. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to have their livelihoods ruined because things are just so expensive now. And Nintendo is just out of their damn minds. I don't know when the gaming industry will get better, but I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. Oh my god, Nintendo, you are just so darn greedy. Anyways, this is Josh out, but don't buy the Nintendo Switch 2. It's not worth it. Nintendo's just so darn greedy. And yeah.